my ward level, go for ward meetings very quietly. We sit at the back, listen to what the elders are saying, listen to the agitations of the youth. It's always been interesting. It's always been fantastic looking at all of those things. But to get into mainstream politics as a first timer was the last general elections, where I put my hat in the ring for the primaries of the House of Assembly, in the local government, and I do not regret it. I do not regret it at all. It's been one of the most fulfilling adventures that I've taken in my life. I do not regret it at all. It gave me an opportunity to actually feel the pulse of people. It gave me an opportunity to meet, the elders and the political class. Gave me an opportunity to see how vibrant our youth can actually be, and the sheer power that we have as youth. It gave me the opportunity to see the power of the voting cards, your voter's card. So yes, it's been interesting. I do not regret it at all. I'll get into it as much as I'm led, really, But yeah, that's been it. A few months back, when the governor came out to say that he was going to drop the title of His Excellency, that we should address him as Mr. Governor, I championed it. I said, fantastic. But again, at this moment, I am championing that the governor should please pick up that His Excellency, and begin to answer to that title, because I think he has worked for it. The journey of 1,000 miles, it begins with a step. But it doesn't just begin with a step. It begins with planning out how you want to take these steps. If I want to go from here to Ibadan, I just don't get out of this place and begin to walk. Do I want to go to Obawale? Do I want to go through Fagba? Should I pass Songo? Is that shorter from where I am? You need to plan that in your head. And I believe that the governor's team have spent a lot of time planning what they want to do. And now is when we begin to see massive scale execution. Already there's some execution in several areas, health sector and all of that, infrastructure, education, tourism, agriculture, name it. There's so much going on already. But I think that we elected him for 4 years. This is 365 days. This is 1 year of the 3 years. Let's give him another half of the 365 days. And we'll now begin to see that his plans are beginning to get rolled out. We will get to the point where there will not be massive scale execution, like I said earlier. I think he's done very well. And with the recent pandemic that we are hoping now that is going to clear out very soon, I mean, it is audible to the deaf and visible to the blind that this man was at the forefront of this fight in Lagos State. I dare say that if he hadn't taken such an approach, we will not be here having this conversation. You get, he did not just take the bull by the horn. He took the bull and the horn together, and he was sure to make sure that he positions the state in a way where we could fight the pandemic. I don't get reports from any other states doing this. In fact, some countries didn't even take the kind of steps that he has taken. So for me, I think generally he has done well. Are there rooms for improvement like every other human being? Yes, he's not God. There are definitely rooms for improvement. Will he have stepped on toes? I will be surprised if he hasn't. Definitely will have stepped on toes. But he can't serve anybody. Otherwise, he should have been selling ice cream or chicken and chips. But he's the governor. He will need to do what is right for the people. He will need to do what is right for the state. He will need to implement policies that will move the state forward. Those policies don't have to be something that you and I would like, as long as it is for the general good of everybody. So far, my assessment will be they've done well. Of course, there's room for improvement. I will be looking for that improvement. I will be demanding it in the next coming months. There's a saying that an idle man is the devil's workshop. And when they say the devil's workshop, is where the devil can incubate, can devise plans. And that body, that man begins to be the executor, of all the plans that the devil has devised. So for as long as we don't have employment, for as long as our youths are not gainfully employed, for as long as our youths cannot see that there's a future for them in the country, then we are in massive problem. We are in massive problem. let me ask you for all of us here, if anybody had come to knock on your door to say, Oya Joseph, let's go out to carry cutlass, what would your response be? You will wonder, is it that what exactly am I looking for? Because I have to go to work tomorrow, or I have reports that are pending. You're barely back from work, having gone the entire day. You just want to eat, rest, go over your stuff, plan again for the next day, and jet out. You don't have time to begin to look for trouble. So for as long as our youths are not gainfully employed, they are not able to employ themselves. So there's a thing as the government being able to work for the government. There's a thing as being able to source for a job and get employment, private sector. There's also the thing of being entrepreneurial, where you can decide to say that, I want to set up a business for myself, and I want to see if I can employ 1 or 2 or 3 people to handle this business for me. If you are not in any of these categories, it's just a matter of time. You will be used for sinister, for sinister devices, for different kind of rancor, riots, coups, and everything. So for us youths, and we must also be each other's keeper. The way an adult will talk to you is different from the way I, as a young man, will talk to you. And I can use my own story to challenge you. I can use my own story to talk to you and let you know that, see, I also did not just wake up and find all these things by my bedside. I worked towards it. I've been working for about 14 years. So it's easy for you to say, Tope Akinyemi, you don't know how I started. You were not there. Nobody sees that story. What they see is the glam. What they see is the glory. But there's a story behind that glory. There's a history behind that glory that you see, and that is still going on. That's what a lot of people don't get. But they just see you are driving a car, you look good, and they assume that, all is well, you are lucky. No, it's not luck. It's not luck at all. Far from it. It's not luck. It's not luck. So I will only use the opportunity again to challenge our young minds. We are vibrant. We have energy. We can come together. So if I want to set up a business, I don't have to go it alone. If you can put 2 or 3 people together, and we have a singleness of mind, of purpose, and we can trust each other to say that is what we want to do. Guess what? From as little as 20k, 50k, you can begin to turn that money around until it becomes very big. Which are also, some of the ideas that we had, during our campaign trails and everything. So I will only hope that things get better in our country, where our youths are able to get themselves involved, get themselves employed, and we will find out that all of this rancor and all this rioting, fighting, and everything will come to the lowest ebb. Thank God that now things are crawling to get better. But I think that for now, what each and every one of us is focused on and should be focusing on, because we are not even in post-COVID yet, we are still inside COVID, is let us all successfully get out of this thing in health. We won't be talking about a post-COVID, God forbid, if by the end of tomorrow we are saying, in so and so place, so we lost X amount of people due to, So for now, I think all hands are still on deck to ensure that there's advocacy going on why you need to wash your hands, keep safe, keep healthy, use your face mask when you're in public, live a hygienic life, clean your surfaces, sanitize your environments very well, and hopefully we don't make this a now thing. We can make it a habit. Maybe not the covering of mask, of course, every time, but we can make it a habit to always wash our hands, to clean our surfaces, to ensure that our surroundings are clean post-COVID. Then from there, when things are normal, yes. Right now, we can't be politicking. We can't be no. It's not the time for that. Right now, everyone should be the brother's keeper. Let's keep our environments safe. Let's check on others. Thankfully, now there's a level of movement. It's not like what we had 2-3 weeks ago where everybody was home, But now there's a level of movement. Let's check on each other. Let's find out how each other we are doing. The businesses that have gone down, they need to pick up, So there's a gamut of work to be done in that department, in that area, But now, for now, let's just all keep safe and keep healthy. You're talking 3 years away. Politically right now, to be sincere with you, I'm just staying relevant. To continue to do the things I said I was going to do, whether I got elected or not. I promised the people I was going to be there for them. I think I'm, to a large extent, I'm on that path. You know, to not be a flash in the pan where because you didn't get on what you came for, you've left us. No, I didn't come with that kind of fickle mind. You know, a lot of people say, you've spent so much money. I wasn't foolish when I was writing out the checks or when I was giving out, the monies. I knew exactly what I was doing. I had my budget and I was to the letter about it. So no, and I don't see it as a waste. So if you're talking about the next elections are like 3 years away. We are just talking about how do we assess the governor in his 1 year. So why am I talking about what I'm looking at in another 3 years? You get? I think it's a little bit too early for that. But we will support those in government already, and will be available when called. Oh, okay. You want to enter some deep recesses of my... Okay, so professionally, I'm a building and a civil engineering contractor. I read building in Obafemi University, and that's what I do majorly. So I build houses, multi-level structures. I construct roads. I do maintenance of buildings, maintenance of properties, facilities management. I do property developing. I do procurement. I also have some side businesses. Take care of cars. So really, just whatever my hands finds to do, I try to do it well, and whatever that catches my fancy. But my aim is building.